back again. I'm going to go over some ideas for you for cheap, good-looking wood storage units that are built from recycled lumber. And it skirts the issue of bylaws for permanent structures within city limits that are, say, too close to your neighbor's fence. So here we go.
I thought I'd give you a look at the storage units that I have for my firewood. There's one right there. There's one right there. And there's another one on the other side of the house. Essentially, that's old wood that was recycled off of my deck. But I'll detail this for you. Cheap and easy, removable. There's nothing permanent about it. It's lag bolted to the fence. You could just pick it up, move the whole thing. Won't fall over because there's no weight on it. The weight's all on the ground on pallets. It's just built around it. A little roof. Cheap and easy. So I'll detail that in the next couple slides here. Away we go.
So hypothetically speaking, you just finished doing your deck and you got a whole bunch of lumber left over. What are you going to do with that recycled lumber? You're not going to throw it away, are you? Well, let's build something with it. How about we go looking for some brackets, workbench or shelf brackets, something fairly solid that's going to hold the frame of your structure together. And they call them by different names, right? Sometimes it's firewood log rack brackets. It can be sawhorse brackets. It can be anything like that, right? But you get the idea. Next step, we got to find a roof for our structure. And what we're going to use some Ondura roofing panels because they're stylish, good looks, and they're easy to install and a limited lifetime warranty. And they had a number of different colors you can choose from. So we basically had to pick something that would match what was going to work with our yard. $25 a sheet. So some of the materials you can get into here, polycarbonate stuff, metal, you're $7,500 a sheet. So the cost is starting to go up, right? So I'm going to try to keep this cheap, and so far so good. Now the next step, you can see here, it's just basically a basic frame. It's a box. Anybody can build a box, right? The metal brackets hold it together nice. It sits on top of those pallets. It doesn't really jut all that far out into the yard. It's going to work out great. The little pieces of wood on the sides essentially to keep some of the weather out and to keep the wood in, right? It's forward to being done. Here's the unit sitting in the corner of a yard. Nothing wants to grow here. This section of the yard, the sun beats down and just kills anything. So it's great for drying out firewood. Got my notch 2x6s sitting inside of the frame. Could have been built with 2x4s, but I think it looked kind of rickety, right? So this has got a bit of a better aesthetic. I got my cut up pallets. So this lumber this wood is sitting on top of those pallets and not sitting on the ground getting wet. You see my lag bolts, bolted it to the fence. You don't have to worry about it crushing your children or your pets. So high wind, nothing's going to take this thing over. It's just sitting there. It's a box. I built a box, but I think it's a good looking box and it serves a purpose. It's drying out this firewood. You can see the Ondura nails, basically long screws with a piece of foam. And then there's a foam strip that sits on top of the lumber. Screw the thing down, and it's on there. I think I've had them up for about, it's just maybe the second year now, and they're holding up. I don't think it's going to UV degrade like some of that polycarbonate stuff. So I'm really liking this, and the wife doesn't find it offensive. She actually likes the way that it looks. So I think for you guys, that's probably going to be a bonus. Got another one sitting in the corner here. Here's the fire pit that we use a lot, that we watch a ton of movies outside and other sporting events. But like and subscribe, and I will leave you with our Doxy rampaging in the backyard. Let me know if you want to see more of this little guy.
Okay, show Daddy your rampage. Go get him. I'm gonna chase you. Whoa. I'm gonna get you. He is rampaging. Out of the blue, he'll run around like crazy, sometimes for 10 minutes straight. I'm gonna get you. That's my toy. Give me my toy. Hey, Leon. Leon, the little German dog.